Hello.
Hi guys.
It's time for your first of 3 flip videos for astronomy. This is rotation and revolution. So we actually have a lot going on today, and it's a lot of hands-on things. So you're going to need several sheets in your science notebook. Ms. Burkhart, you want to show them the sheets?
This is one sheet you are going to need. Okay, and this is going to be the first one you need.
It says revolution rotation model.
You will need a sheet that looks like this.
Earth Systems Pocket.
And you'll only need half of the sheet.
Uno.
Okay. And then you are going to need a sheet that looks like this. You're going to need the whole sheet for this though. So don't give away one of your sides.
By the time I give it to you, I'll probably put a title on there. It's going to be like an interactive foldable.
And then you'll need one Earth.
From the top view.
Okay.
You also need your science fair notebook, or not your science fair, sorry, your science notebook. You'll need some sort of coloring things and a pair of hole punchers and a couple brads, these little guys.
These are what brads are.
Okay, so that is the beginning of our video. Sorry that took so long. And hopefully by the end of this you'll understand what rotation revolution is and the difference between them and what they cause in our system. You'll give us a few examples. So first off, you need to make the revolution rotation model, like the whole Earth, Moon, Sun system.
So you're going to take this sheet, which you should have a whole sheet of, and these pieces down here at the bottom, you are going to cut out individually. So once you are done cutting, you should have a total of 5 separate pieces.
Here they are cut for you right now. You got the sun, and you don't have to cut the zigzags. Ms. Burkhart did a good circle around there.
You got the Earth.
And you have the moon. They're not to scale. And you'll understand what that means in a little while.
You have a long strip of paper that has 2 black dots on it.
And a small one with the 2 black dots.
Yep. And then this might be where you want to pause the video because you need to color them. I guess you could color before you cut them out too.
That would work too.
Color them before you cut them out. Fantastic.
That's a great sign. Okay, so you're going to take your hole puncher and you're going to punch holes where it has a black dot. Oh, I don't have them on. This is our first version of this activity. So by the time we take it to the copy room, I will make sure we have a black dot on the sun, the Earth, and the moon in the center. It's a very big hole. Wish I had a smaller hole puncher.
And you want to be careful because when you punch the holes, you want to try to punch them so that you don't rip like the side. Okay, so make sure you give it a nice clean punch.
For things like the Earth and the sun, you might have to like fold it in half and do a small punch in order to get it in the center. So I'm not punching it all the way. Just have it halfway in. And then if you just do 2 halves of a circle, you open it as a whole circle. Ta-da! Okay, so you have directions on here that says assembly order. It's kind of confusing. So you're going to want to put together your Earth and Moon first. So you take one of your brads, you put it in the moon, take your short strip, because the moon is close to the Earth relatively. I mean, it still takes about 3 days to fly there if you're in a space shuttle, but still it's closer than anything else in our sky. And then you're going to want to put, so I have the moon connected to my strip, then I'm going to want to put my tack through my Earth. See, like this. And then put my moon connected. And I need my long strip next. So I got my moon connected. I'll put my long strip on there, and I'll close the brads here. So now I have the moon connected to the Earth. The Earth is connected to this long guy. Isn't there a song about this? Take my brad, plug it through my sun. Be careful not to get burnt.
Ow!
Funny Millis. And now I have the sun, the Earth, and the moon all connected. And then it can spin into represent rotation and revolution. So we can see rotation and revolution. So I'm going to pause that for now because we will talk more about rotation and revolution next. So now the next thing you're going to make is like this thing cannot be connected to your science notebook, and we want it not to get lost. So you're going to get your pocket out. We told you that'd be the second thing you need. So take your pocket and cut it out.
Like this.
You're going to cut on the solid black lines on the outside. So you're cutting a rectangle. Oh, it's right there by the markers. And then you're going to fold on the 3 dotted lines. So you're going to make 2 folds down and 1 fold across. That is the part you're going to put your glue in, and you're going to actually glue this into your science notebook. So I have my science notebook here. Let me skip a few pages to finish up the light unit. Hopefully this is where it goes.
And then once you have it folded, it should look like this.
Oh,
this is the back.
Glue stick up there. And if you wish to prettyify this and color the pocket, feel free, but at all, it's not a requirement. It's just used to be functional. So put some glue.
And you're going to want to put it towards the bottom of your page so that you have plenty of room for this to get tucked in there.
So there's the science notebook. You want to tuck?
And then you can just slide it in.
You might need to rotate a little bit. Maybe fold. There we go. Now he fits into your science notebook. So we ask you ever to get it out, you have it tucked away. Okay? So that's your pocket, just to hold the earth, the moon, and sun in place. And there's a couple more things we're going to do. This one's going to be the most time-consuming part. We're going to make an interactive foldable. So you need to go on your next notebook page. So for my science notebook, it's going to be adjacent. Maybe you need to turn the page and use the next page. But whatever the case is, you need a new page.
And you will need the sheet of paper that looks like this, okay? And the first thing that you are going to do is you're going to cut out each square along the solid black lines so that when you're done cutting, you have 2 pieces that look like this, okay? On the dotted lines, you're gonna fold just like you did before on your pocket, okay? And it says on there that the part that you just folded over, the small part, that's what you're gonna glue into your notebook. So you're gonna do this for both sheets, okay? And when you glue them into your notebook, you are going to want to glue them so that the doors open outwards, okay?
Thank you, ma'am. While Ms. Burkhart was telling you what to do, I went ahead and put a title and date on my notebook. So you'll see it says Rotation and Revolution Interactive Foldable. Today is the 16th of January, so I put that date. Your date's going to be not the 16th of January, but whatever it is, you write it down.
And do you see what I mean when I say your doors open outward? Okay, so they should be opening to the outside of your pages.
So it says, what is rotation? That's what we're going to write inside our notebook. We're going to go with the one on the left. I had to think about that for a second. We're going to open it up, and we're going to actually write on the notebook paper itself, on the lines. So the rotation itself means like you're just spinning. There's a spinning motion of an object on its axis. There always has to be an axis, which is just an imaginary line. You don't see it. It's just the imaginary line of which the object spins around.
Yep. Yep.
So this causes, this actually causes days and nights on all planets, not just on Earth. So I'm going to add day and night. So you're writing this on your notebook. You might want to pause the video to get this down. And you'll see just a kind of a demonstration. Well, there'll be a demonstration next page. So go ahead and pause the video, write this down on the notebook paper, and you should be set.
And it might help you if you want to on the notebook paper to draw a line down the middle to keep them separate if you would like to. Just a little tip.
So your science notebook should look like this. You have a first flap with the notes about rotation on the inside paper. Now here's some examples. We're going to actually ask you to write 5 examples on the flap. I'm going to give you a handful right now. So first example obviously is the Earth spinning. So I would actually draw a sketch. I know you're not a Picasso. Well, he wasn't that good anyway. But anyway, you'll draw a sketch of the Earth, and notice, pay special attention to the axis itself. Our axis is tilted right here, and so the Earth spins around this imaginary line that goes through the center of our Earth. Other things that rotate include like a figure skater, and her axis is vertical because she goes up and down and she spins like this away. Logs in the water, their axis would be actually horizontal, and you can see the spinning motion is this away. So those are 3 real-life things that rotate all the time. So I want you to think of 2 more and put them on the flap of your science notebook. Pause the video and splice. Ta-da! Here's what you'll see. 3 examples, you just need 2 more. Now let's go to the other flap. The other R word is revolution. You gotta really be careful when you think of rotation, revolution, because sometimes the wrong word just pops out. So be very mindful when you read those and when you say those.
Real quickly before you go, make sure that on your pictures you draw the axis of those objects. Because remember we talked about how anything that rotates should have an imaginary line as its axis.
Okay, revolution. This is going on the notebook paper side of your foldable. A revolution is when the movement of an object around another object. Sometimes teachers revolve around the classroom. They walk around and watch to make sure you guys aren't texting and make sure you're on task or just seeing what you're writing. And so we do some revolutions around the class. So a revolution is just when it literally goes around something. Now what we walk around or what something goes around is the orbit. Sometimes those words are intermixed. So the orbit is just like the path the object takes, the path that it revolves around in space. When things revolve in space, this actually causes years. So all planets, all 8 of our planets and a handful of dwarf planets go around the sun. So all the planets has a year. It just takes different amount of time for the different planets to go around.
Okay, so it'll go on your right side underneath the flap there. Okay?
So let's think of 5 examples of revolution, and just like last time, it's going to go on the flap itself. So obviously, the main example we can think of is the Earth revolves around the sun. Another way to keep track of revolution and rotation is sometimes maybe your parents say, hello, the whole world doesn't revolve around you. Because sometimes you kind of act like, and I know I've done this before, I act like the whole world does revolve around me, like I'm the most important thing in the world, and the world should go around Miss Millis. So when your parents are saying that, they were literally saying the Earth is going around you as an individual, and that doesn't make sense. If it was rotating, it wouldn't spin around you, it would go around. So kind of use that to help you remember. Another thing that revolves is NASCAR. So you'll see here, it actually, the cars go around whatever's in the middle, cameras or something, I don't know, and they just go around the track for like 500 times.
So you'll once again draw your examples on the inside of your door. Okay, you need to have 3, or you need to have 5 total. We gave you 2.
3 more.
Okay.
So then again, you might want to pause the video to draw your extras. Okay, so now at this time you can close your flaps, and we're going to label the front of your flaps. So the one on the left, you'll write rotation, and I actually want you to add small movement to that, because it is a small movement. It just is a spinning of something. So that's like a small movement, and then maybe just draw, just because your brain makes better connections when you draw things. That's a very bad circle, I apologize. But just draw an axis with something revolving around it. And then on the right flap, write revolution, and that's a big, big, big movement. Something is taking its time to go around another object. So again, we can easily draw a sun. That's a horrible sun. Give it a circle too. That did not improve it. And then an earth. And then I'm going to draw it going around like that. Just draw an arrowhead. So label your flaps right now. Miss Burkhart will show you her awesomeness in about 2 seconds. Ta-da! So that is your interactive foldable. So that part of this is done. There's one more piece to this. Kind of to hit home day and night. So now you need your earth. You have another earth that's a couple inches big, and this is going to help really solidify day and night. And I know you've probably done this 100 times before, like in elementary school, but we've noticed kids in the past really struggled with this concept.
It seems easy, but sometimes you guys are quick to answer instead of thinking it through before you blurt out what causes day and night.
So on this earth, you cut it out and you punch a hole in the center again. I did not think this through. And you'll need to poke your notebook paper. It's easy just to poke paper. You're stronger than paper. Like this. So the earth is revolving or sorry, see what I just did? The Earth is rotating. The Earth is rotating around, and you got your sun here. And I kind of want to make sure that you understand that when the sun is shining down, the light is going 93 million miles in space, the light to hit the Earth, so this is really, really close, that half of the Earth at a time is in daylight, and half of the Earth at a time is in darkness. So that was what the point of this is. So make sure you really understand half is always lit up, even though it doesn't seem like it.
And it might be a good idea, too, if you can label your continents so you could know when we are in day, what would be a continent that is in night. So use your phone or your internet access if you want, and that might be kind of a fun thing to do.
Oh, there's the instructions for that. Okay, kiddos, that is it for Rotation Revolution. You might want to replay this video to actually get all the components, but you should have 3 pages in your notebook ready to go for Rotation Revolution. This will be great to help quiz yourself before the next formative, because this formative is kind of hard for most kids.
Yep, you got it. See ya.